Friends, the story begins by showing a small island of Germany, Helgoland, where 513 people were living their lives because a dangerous virus had spread all over the world, due to which many people died and the survivors became zombies. To escape from these zombies, these people came to Helgoland Island, and here gradually these 513 people formed their own society and started living their lives by farming, etc. But there was very little food and drink, so only 513 people could live on this island, and if even a single member increased here, then these people could have a lot of trouble. So whenever a child was born on this island, then through voting, that person was selected who could give his life so that the population of the people on the island could remain under control. While now we see some points written in front of the name of all the survivors on a board, which they get when they do some good work, and in this way their name keeps moving up. But if a person did a wrong thing, then his name goes down. There is also a council committee to manage the people, whose superior is a lady named Beatrice. After this, we are shown the story of 15 years ahead, where the people of the whole city have come to a hospital because today a girl named Emily is going to give birth to her child. A reporter named Lola was recording this entire scene on her camera. Now, according to the rule, when a child is born, another person has to sacrifice his life. So Emily's father decides to sacrifice his own life and jumps from a cliff. At the same time in the hospital, Emily, after giving birth to a child, is bringing another child into this world as she has given birth to twins. Seeing this, Beatrice once again holds a meeting of the council committee and talks to all the people about this. After thinking for a long time, these people decide to vote so that through voting it can be known which person has to sacrifice. Now on the other side, we see two friends named Christian and Henrik who were looking at their ranking on the board. Christian's rank is 511. Seeing that he was on the 512th rank, he gets very upset and says to Henrik that if I am chosen to be killed, I will not give up my life. But Henrik warns him that last time a man tried to escape in this way, but these people forcibly imprisoned him in a cage and threw him in the sea. After this, we see an old lady named Elise present at number 512, who was very old now, so everyone considered her completely useless. While the person whose name is on the last position, that is 513 rank, was Etienne, who is a worker, and everyone declared him a criminal. After this, the scene shifts to Merrick and his son Linus. Both of them were trying to make a vaccine for the same virus in a lab. While on the other side, we see a lady named Jadit, who was one of the authorities here. After some time, she goes with Merrick to give medicines to all the people of the city, and when both of them reach Etienne's house, Etienne's wife sees them. Lisa gets angry at Judy and tells her that because of her, a hard-working person like Etienne has come last in the list, and hence as a punishment, they get less ration. Hearing this, Judy replies that Etienne had stolen the medicine, and hence he has been considered a criminal. But Lisa tries to explain to her that he was stealing the medicine only for me because the doctor had refused to give him the medicine. After this, the scene shifts to Emily, who was sleeping in her room. Then Elise comes here and quietly picks up her baby and starts taking her with her. But then Emily's eyes open and she quickly snatches her baby from her because she felt that Elise wants to harm her baby for the sake of voting, but she tells her that she will never do this. Meanwhile, Merrick brings the medicine from his lab secretly and gives it to a lady named Laura, but Judy sees him doing all this, so she quickly goes to Beatrice present in the supermarket and tells her everything that Merrick did. But Beatrice tells him not to tell this to anyone because right now we need Merrick, but one day we will definitely punish him, and after that, I will give you his place. Christian and Henrik are also listening to all this talk of these two. Then a child falls here, and all his things get broken. Seeing this, Henrik gets an idea and he tells Christian that this is the best chance to increase the rank. You go quickly and help that child so that you can rise in the eyes of the people. Christian also does the same by following Henrik's advice and gives his food to that boy. When Beatrice sees them doing this, she gets very happy, so she announces to give extra points to Henrik and Christian. Then Henrik's eyes fall on HTN and Lisa, who had come to a store. Henry knew very well that Lisa is getting very less ration, so he goes to them and tells them that if you want, I can give you food. Lisa refuses to this, but later Beatrice, standing there, overhears their conversation and gets very angry at Henrik. Here we come to know that Hendrik is actually Beatrice's son. After this, we see a patient named Peter in Merrick's lab, who was forcibly brought here from the outside world for an experiment, and different vaccines were being used on him. On the other hand, Heinrich goes to Lisa and offers her some food and asks her to get intimate in return, but she refuses, but Hendrik still starts moving towards her. Then suddenly Siren escapes and he has to leave Lisa and run towards the border because he is a soldier. Here we see that some people are trying to enter the island. The leader of the soldiers, Mian, asks them to return, but they do not listen to him and start cutting the barrier. Seeing this, Mian shoots a man, and then everyone starts going back, but Heinrich shoots everyone one by one for his own fun. Now voting begins. The day comes, and everyone votes against Etienne, which means that now she will have to give up her life. But Lisa did not want this at all, so she tells everyone sitting in the hall that my husband is innocent. He was just bringing medicines for me, and also reveals that she had voted to kill Heinz because he had offered to be intimate with Lisa in exchange for food. Hearing this, all the ladies present in the hall start speaking against Heinrich, so Beatrice has to remove Heinrich from the island, even though she does not want to. After this, the scene shifts to the lab where Peter had died due to excessive experiments. Seeing this, Merrick feels very bad, and after burning his dead body, he comes to his home. Here, his son Linus asks him to go to the mainland, that is the outside world, with Mian's team. But Merrick refuses to do so. But Linus does not listen to him, and the very next day, wearing a biosuit, he goes to their boat with some soldiers. Now he is with them. There was also Hendrik, whom they were going to leave outside as punishment, and after some time they also reached the mainland, after which a soldier asked Hendrik to get down from the boat, but he was not ready to do so. Seeing this, a soldier named Hans angrily punches him hard because Hendrik had also done wrong with his sister, and then he quickly runs away from here. On the other side, on the island, Beatrice goes with one of her employees to meet a chief engineer of the water supplier because the water meter had broken down. When Beatrice is talking to that engineer, her employee notices a radio, seeing which she gets a little surprised because keeping a radio on this island was illegal. Now, after fixing the meter, the chief requests Beatrice to bring his wife to this island as well, but she refuses. Here, all the soldiers ask Linus to stay on board and go out to roam around the city, where they meet a man named Earl. These soldiers give him some food items, and in return, Earl gives them 2 big boxes and some medicines. On the other hand, Linus was waiting for all these soldiers on board, but when they did not come, even after the time passed, he got down from the boat and went for a walk around where he met a man named Mojik. He gives Linus a bottle of medicine and says that I have a ship in which there are many such medicines. If you want to drink them, then I can give it to you. Hearing this, Linus goes with Mojik to his ship, where Mojik shows him a lot of medicines, but he puts a condition in front of Linus and tells him that in return for these, you will have to take me and my friends to your island, after which many people come out of the boat. Seeing this, Linus immediately runs away from here without wasting time. Here, all these soldiers are coming towards the boat when a man comes and attacks a soldier, but at the right time, the other soldiers shoot and kill him. They give him the information and somehow reach the boat, but Linus is not there. Before they can find him, a lot of citizens start coming towards them, due to which they immediately start leaving from here without taking Linus. But on hearing the sound of the boat, Linus quickly comes out of the ship and jumps on the boat while running. But Muzik also comes behind him, who tries to board the boat, but the soldiers shoot him and kill him. Then their eyes go to Linus's suit, which was torn. Seeing his torn suit, the soldiers think that he might have been infected, so they make him unconscious by giving him an injection, and after bringing him back to the island, they quarantine him in the lab. After this, Merrick comes here to meet his son. Then Linus shows him the medicine given by Muzik and tells him everything that happened on the ship. Hearing this, Merrick quickly tests that medicine and he comes to know that this is the real vaccine. So he goes to Beatrice. He asks her to send her soldiers to that ship again so that as much medicine can be brought here as possible. But Beatrice refuses to do so because she had suffered a lot of loss in the last trip. Here we see Earl's guards in the mainland, where they find Muzik's dead body in the water, and they also find a medicine bottle in his hand, after seeing which Earl orders his guards to find more such medicines. On the other hand, we see Henrik, who was wandering here and there in the city. Then he sees a lady named Velma on the way, who used to help people by giving them something or the other. Henrik goes to her and starts flirting with her, and Velma gets happy with him and keeps him as her assistant. After this, Velma takes Henrik to a theater which was actually her house. After this, she starts taking Earl's name repeatedly in front of Henrik, on which he asks her about Earl. But Velma does not tell him anything. As the night comes, Henrik kills Velma as soon as he gets a chance and takes her home. He leaves from there taking all the stuff. On the other hand, Beatrice goes to meet Lisa and offers her a job, saying that if you bring me all the information about this city, then in return I can give you and your husband a good life. Hearing this, Lisa becomes very happy and agrees for this job, but actually it was just a plan of Beatrice. Here in the lab, Judith is put to work in place of Linus, and when she opens those two big boxes given by Al, a man and a woman are kept captive in them, on whom Al was going to experiment a vaccine. Before he could do anything, a soldier dies in the lab, and red marks appear on his whole body, meaning he was infected with the virus. When Linus looks at his body, he also sees the same marks, seeing which he gets very scared but does not tell anyone about it. After this, we see a meeting of the council where Beatrice holding Mian responsible for the death of that patient. She says that he did not protect his team properly, due to which that soldier got infected. So Beatrice reduces his 100 points and he is sent to work in jail as punishment. Then Lola's daughter Fiona, who is present in the same hall, suddenly starts coughing, seeing which everyone feels that maybe she has also been infected with the virus, so everyone runs away from here. But actually, Fiona was pregnant, but she was not married yet, so her child will be considered illegal. Due to this fear, she goes to her boyfriend Tom. But Tom promises her that he will take care of her and her child, after which we are shown a scene of the lab where, due to the experiment, the condition of those two patients was getting very bad. And seeing them, Mark tells Jadis that we do not have much time, so we have to make a vaccine as soon as possible. Here on the island, he meets the people of Albmojik. He shows them his body and says that he has been killed by the people of the island. If you tell me about the medicine, I will help all of you to stay alive. Hearing this, a man named Spark comes forward and tells Earl that I am ready to help you, but in return, you will have to take me to the island. After thinking for a while, Earl agrees to this. On the other hand, Mar goes to meet Mian in a jail and tells him that I can reduce your jail sentence. But in return, I want you to go to the mainland and bring that vaccine from that chip. But Mian refuses to do this work. After this, we see Henrik, who is caught by a gang of cannibals on the mainland. But Henrik lies to save his life and says that he works for Earl. Hearing this, the cannibal gang takes him to meet Al, but Earl did not even know him, so he is about to kill Henrik when he screams loudly and says that I am Beatrice's son and came here by mistake. After this, he tells Earl about Velma's death, that she has been killed due to the virus, but Earl already knew the whole truth. So he tells Heinrich that you were taken out of the island, and the reason for Velma's death is not the virus, but you have taken her life. Hearing this, Henrik starts sweating because he had understood that something very bad is going to happen to him. So to save his life, he tells Earl about all the secrets and doors of the island, due to which he is happy and cancels his intention to kill Henrik. Now we see a council meeting where the wife of the water supplier engineer, Kasu, is interviewed because she had a lot of knowledge about medicines. But then the committee members come to know that another candidate has also applied for the interview, whose name is Janiela. Janiela is actually a surgeon, so the committee members select Janela instead of Kasu, and then she is called to this island, but two people of another gang come hiding in his ship. Meanwhile, the engineer feels very bad seeing his wife not getting selected, so he decides to go to the mainland, but Beatrice refuses to let him do so because he was the only engineer on the entire island who could fix the water system. On the other hand, with the help of Beatrice, Abtian gets a new job in the windmill, where while working, he finds a bottle of alcohol which he gives to his boss, after which the boss drinks all the alcohol in that bottle and goes to work in a drunken state. Meanwhile, the engineer also comes here with a hammer in his hand and in anger starts breaking all the machines of the windmill. Seeing this, the boss quickly tries to go up the stairs to stop him, but then his foot slips and his leg breaks, after which he is brought to the hospital for treatment, and then Merrick does his surgery. But during the surgery, he sees Daniela and sees that she is very nervous. So he asks the reason for this. Then Daniela tells him that she is not a surgeon, she had just read all this in books. She also tells Merrick that she knows that Linus is infected, and that's why she wants to help him. but Merrick should not tell the truth to anyone. Before Merrick could say anything, Jadine had heard their conversation, so she tells Merrick that she will now tell everyone about Linus that he is infected, but then Daniela attacks him from behind and kills him, after which Merrick and Janella together throw his body in the water. After this, the scene shifts to Fiona, who had a miscarriage, and when Merrick goes to see her, then Fiona's mother tells him that please don't tell anything about this to Beatrice, and Merrick also agrees to this. Here, when Beatrice goes to the lab, then she sees a broken tooth kept on the wall, after seeing which she understands that this tooth is not of anyone else but of Judith. So she immediately goes to Merrick and talks to him about Judith and asks him to disappear somewhere. She has gone, and I think you are behind her disappearance. To this, Merrick very cleverly replies that I know you cannot harm me because you need me. Hearing this, Beatrice calms down, and after thinking for a while, she says that she will put the blame of Judith's death on the engineer. With the help of Elisa, she proves that the engineer is responsible for Judith's death by showing some false evidence to the people. After this, we see Etienne, who is now made the new in charge of the windmill. When the boss comes to know about this, he goes to Etienne's house in anger and tells him that you deliberately gave me a bottle of alcohol so that I get into an accident and you can take my place. To this, Etienne replies in the negative. Now the next day, the engineer's legs are tied and he is thrown into the sea. Seeing this, Merrick feels very bad, so he decides to go to Linus and tell him the truth. After this, we are shown the story of 15 years ago, where one day he meets Beatrice working in the supermarket, but he doesn't talk to her much and goes to his lab where he works with Nurse Laura to make the vaccine. Beatrice takes over the supermarket with the help of some people and then also takes control of the pharmacy. Her reporter Lola records her video and tries to prove to the people that Beatrice is the perfect candidate to become the leader of the island. But she also knew very well that Merrick works in the pharmacy and can come in her way. So Beatrice gives him an offer that he can make any medicine he wants, but he will not stand against her. Merrick agrees to her, but the mayor of the island sends his officers to arrest him. But Beatrice very cleverly traps him. After this, the scene shifts to Merrick's wife, who is making the vaccine while staying on the mainland. Then some goons come here and kill her. On the other hand, Beatrice asks Lower to keep only 513 people here to control the population of the island. At first, Lower refuses to do this because they will have to kill more than half of the population. But when Beatrice threatens her, she agrees to it. And then one by one, all the people are injected with the virus. And in this way, many people are killed, while some reports are changed and they are shown positive and thrown out of the island. Seeing this, Merrick decides to make a vaccine as soon as possible so that he can tell people the truth about Beatrice. But 15 years had passed since this. After this, the scene shifts to the present where Linus had died, and Merrick records his entire confession. But Janiala comes and shoots at that tape because she is Earl's gang member. Here, Earl now starts his further planning, and with this, the series ends here. So friends, how did you like this series? Definitely tell us by commenting, like and share the video, and subscribe to our channel Film Addict, and press the bell icon so that don't miss the upcoming videos. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye, take care.